I know how hard it can be as a busy mom to get all the things done that you need to get done without actually going crazy. I have learned quite a few things over the years, and I have some tips for you that have completely changed my life that I'm going to share with you, and I hope that they will help you tackle your days with a little bit more confidence and efficiency and really make time for the things that you really want to do. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of my biggest tips when it comes to productivity, being efficient, and being able to make time for the things that you actually want to do and spend less time doing the things that you have to do. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Becca. I am a mom of 4. This is my youngest. She is like 3 months and change, and my oldest is 5. So I've got 4 little ones, pretty close in age, and life is honestly pretty chaotic. Through all of my years as a mom, I have also worked. I am a registered dietitian. I do YouTube and social media somewhat full-time. I have a course that I run. I have a young living business, and I just have a lot on my plate. I have learned many lessons over the last several years on productivity and how to be more efficient and really how to be more joyful with all of the things you have to do and feeling less overwhelmed by all the things you have to do. And hands down, the most life-changing thing is what I like to call the mom master list. So I have shared videos on this before, but I have a lot of new people here on my channel. So I wanted to talk about it again for that reason, but also because I am personally getting back to my mom master list. I just actually created a new edited one for my current season of life. And the first time that I ever shared this was after my son, who was my 3rd, was born, because I was incredibly overwhelmed once I had 3 kids. I felt just overwhelmed by the amount of tasks on my to-do list. I felt like I was always scatterbrained and like a chicken running around with her head cut off. And I just could feel how much time I was spending just spinning my wheels, and so much time was getting wasted. Or I felt like I was just always working. I could never get ahead. And I couldn't really be as present with my kids and my family and really with my duties as a mom as I wanted to be. So I had read a couple books around that time which had really planted the seed in my head of being extremely ruthless with my to-do list and just getting more efficient. And that's where the idea of the mom master list was born. So what the master list is going to do for you is it's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to decrease your decision fatigue by a lot. And it's going to help you automate those repetitive tasks that you're going to continue to do over and over until the cows come home. Essentially, it's going to help you spend less time doing the things that you have to do so that you can free up more time to do the things that you want to do. And who does not want that? So what you need to do is you need to get all of the tasks, all of the things that you have to do, all the things you're responsible for out of your head and onto paper or onto your computer typed out. That's actually your first step. And that is to sit down, and you are going to have to take a little bit of time and focus to do this because you really want to be thorough about it. And you are just going to completely brain dump everything that you have to do onto a sheet of paper or onto a Google Doc. Just write it all down. Everything you're responsible for, from maybe I call it the mom master list. You don't have to be a mom to do this. You could literally create one of these for your corporate job. But for me, it's a blend of all of my work tasks that I have to do to keep my businesses running and growing. It also typically includes a lot of the household tasks that I am responsible for, and basically everything you have to do and everything you're doing on a daily basis, weekly basis. Write it all down. So that's step 1. Step 2 is to pour over that list, and you're going to delegate and delete. So you're going to look through and see, is there anything that I can hand off to someone else? Can my husband do some of these things? Can I ask a coworker to help me out with something? Can I maybe pass off a task to a kid who's now old enough to take it on and handle it? What can I delegate from this list? And then also, is there anything on this list that actually isn't necessary? And remember, you want to be ruthless, because you want to be ruthless with creating more time for you to do the things that you want to do. So if there's anything on that list that you actually can just not do, then go ahead and delete it. Step number 3 is then to assign these tasks to a day and a time. What's cool about this is you are an expert in what your daily life looks like. So you are actually pretty darn good at figuring out when you can actually do things, when it's realistic to do things, how many things are realistic to get done in one day. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do all of the thinking up front. You're gonna decide, okay, what can I actually get done Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday or whatever. And then you're going to start assigning tasks to certain days. Now, two things is you wanna be realistic, right? You want the schedule to actually work for you and serve you and not overwhelm you. So be realistic about what can actually get done, but also group like tasks together. So for me, when I went through and I was looking at my work schedule, I was like, okay, I have a lot of tasks that are computer tasks, back end, behind the scenes, where I'm just sitting on my computer. And then I have other tasks where I'm filming, I'm more like camera facing. I need to be like ready and presentable. So it's more efficient for me to group those tasks together. So some days I'm just on my computer. If I never get ready, it's not gonna matter. I can still get my work done. Whereas there are other days where I'm filming, and when I'm kind of on and in that zone, I try and knock out as much of that as I can at one time. The more that you can put similar tasks together or batch things together, the more efficient you're going to be, because your concentration, it takes about, going from task to task or trying to multitask, it takes about 15 minutes to go from, like, to get into a full brain flow where you're at like peak productivity. So if you're doing things that are similar all at the same time, you're taking advantage of that focused concentration, and you're saving a lot of time not having to switch that concentration from task to task to task that are all dissimilar. This is especially helpful for those repetitive tasks, the things you know you're going to do over and over again, and this is going to help you automate them so that you are no longer making that call, making those decisions every week on when to do these repetitive tasks. You're deciding ahead of time when they make the most sense and when you think they'll actually get done, which ends up freeing up more mental space than you could ever imagine. For example, laundry. We all know it has to get done. So deciding, maybe for me, it's like, okay, older girls' laundry gets done on this day. Beau's laundry and my laundry and the baby's laundry get done on this day. Sheets and towels and then bedding on this day. And it repeats. Every week it repeats. So by doing that, I know when that day comes around, I just do their laundry, and I've decided ahead of time or I make sure they have enough clothes to get through 1 week, so that when that 7th day comes around and it's their laundry day again, as long as I wash and dry and fold everything that day, they're gonna be set up for the next week. Versus if you don't have a system like that, every day when you go in the kids' room and you're like, is that hamper full yet? Can wait another day. Maybe tomorrow, the next day I'll have to do it. And you're doing that every day and you're monitoring that every day, that adds up and it actually takes up more brain space than you think. That alone right there is several decisions. How full is it? It's this full. Is it time yet? I don't know. What day do I think I should do it? Tomorrow or the next day? That's 3 decisions right there. So if you can just knock that out and then times that by all of the repetitive tasks that you're doing, think about how many or how fewer decisions you will be making and how much mental space that will free up. This is also good if there's just little things you tend to forget. If you know that you want to bake sourdough bread every single Monday, then you better have on your list for Sunday to feed the starter, because if you forget the starter on Sunday, then there's no bread on Monday. So little things like that, if there's things that you know that you're really forgetful about, make sure they go on the list and make sure they get assigned to a spot that's going to prompt you to do the thing you need to do so that you can actually get it done. So then once you have that schedule or routine, or maybe it's just a rhythm, go ahead and print it out or write it on a piece of paper and then keep it somewhere where you're going to see it. So that way, every day when you wake up in the morning, you're not thinking, okay, what am I going to do today? You literally just have to, which that's really hard on my brain. I don't like that. That immediately puts me in like a stressed out, defensive position or like heart posture starting the day, which is not how I like to start my day. Versus if you wake up in the morning and you just go, okay, what am I going to do today? Becca, who was like super on it and really focused on what was realistic, chose these specific tasks for me to get done today. So all I have to do now is follow them. I don't have to think too much about it. And as long as I get this done and then do the next thing the next day and the next thing the next day, I am going to be completely on top of my stuff. And that will keep you from falling behind or always feeling like you can't catch up and being overwhelmed by the tasks that are set before you. But I also want you to keep in mind that this is your ideal, right? So it's not about perfectionism. If there is a day where you do fall behind, one, it's not the end of the world. The world will keep spinning, I promise you. But also, you know exactly where to pick the rope up, because again, you already have outlined all the tasks that are most important. So you know where to pick yourself, where to pick back up again. And furthermore, if that is something that keeps happening, if there is a certain task that you just can't get done on that Monday when you thought you could, or you start to see patterns of things that are slipping, then that is a perfect signal for you to, hey, let's take a look at this again, because this actually isn't serving me the way that I thought. So you just go in and you move things around, or you edit, or you delegate, or you delete, and you just keep refining this until it is your like perfect routine. And again, it's gonna change, right? Life, we go through seasons, so you can always hop right back on that Google Doc, edit things around, and it really is very flexible and something that is meant to serve you. So that is the master list. This thing has truly changed my life. But I do just wanna say, because I always like to keep it real here and like level with you guys, like I said, I just kind of created a new one. I literally, the second I got pregnant and started feeling sick, this like went out the window. I did not do it through my whole pregnancy. And then through this like whole newborn phase, there was no master list happening because it's just not a stage of life where I can be this productive. Was I still organized and did I still try and, you know, do like somewhat do this? Yes, but I did not hold myself to the standard of like, this is what I'm going to do every single day, because like literally pregnancy is like bare minimum Becca, like truly, it's very hard. So anyway, I just want to throw that out there. If you're in that kind of season of life, please don't feel like you have to do this or that it might even be realistic for you, because it certainly wasn't realistic for me. Okay, the second thing I wanted to talk about, and this is talking to my mom specifically with little babies, and it is easily my biggest productivity tip for that season of life, and it is baby wearing. So if you guys watch my videos, and if you've watched my videos for years, then you have seen many a sleeping baby in a carrier on my chest while I film my videos. And that is because this is truly, baby wearing is like the only way that I can really get things done when I have small babies. Like this, not much of this is getting done if I don't have free hands. So I'm all for baby wearing. So when my babies are little, I love the Solly wrap. I don't really wear them. The first 2 weeks I pretty much stay in bed. After that, I have such a huge surge of energy postpartum, and because I start feeling like myself again after almost like, you know, an entire pregnancy, which is like almost a whole year of your life, where you don't feel like yourself and you're sick and you're tired and you're exhausted and you always feel like you're like slogging through your day. Once that fog lifts, I am like, let's go. And I've gotten comments here on my channel, you know, on videos where I've got like a 3-week-old and I'm like filming a video and people are like, you need to rest. And I'm like, listen, I totally understand. I get it. And I do rest big time those first couple weeks, but I feel like my entire pregnancy is one long just desire to sleep and rest and lay on the couch and do nothing. So when I'm able to actually have energy to do things that I want to do, I am like so excited. Like I feel like myself again, and I'm just ready to go and ready to do things. And that's not everybody postpartum. That is just me. That's what's happened every single time. And I just roll with it. But anyway, so Solly wrap those first like newborn, during the newborn phase, because I love how soft and snuggly, it just feels like a hug on them. And it's just, I just feel like it's perfect for newborns. Once they get a little bit older, and I'll link that down below. I do have a discount code that's active right now that if you're watching this in real time, but I'll link that. And then once they get a little bit bigger and a little bit older, I do like something that's more structured. I love this carrier. I bought it with my son. I wish I had gotten one like this sooner, but I will link this one down below as well. It is super easy to get on. It's very breathable. It's very comfortable. And basically what I do, because I get a lot of questions about like, how often do I actually wear my babies? Like, are they in here all day? And you probably think that they are, because every time I'm working, doing any kind of filming, it's usually when she's asleep. So you probably think that she's just on me 24/7. She's not. So how I approach baby wearing is, it's just they take all their naps in here, pretty much. I have yet to lay her down for a nap, like in the crib or anything like that, maybe except for like a couple times. But basically once she's, when she's awake, she eats and then she hangs out. I let her, you know, stretch out, do tummy time. We like hang out, we like chat and babble with her. And then when it's time for her nap, when I can tell she's getting tired, she goes in here and I rock her to sleep. And once she's asleep, that's like when I start doing work, because she's asleep, she's taken care of, she's not making any noise, and I can do my thing. I can film a video or whatever else. So that is how I actually like approach baby wearing. That is what I like to use. And it is such a game changer. I literally don't know what I would do without that, except for I guess putting them down for naps, but they sleep way better in here and they sleep for longer, so that's better. And then the other tips I have for you guys are what I consider my feel goods. And if you've watched any of my productivity videos before, then you probably already know what my non-negotiables are. But these are all the things that I do to boost my mood, to make me just feel better. And when I, do that for myself, when I do those little things, take that little extra time, it makes such a difference in how I feel, in like my posture with how I show up for the day. And it just really gives me a lot of confidence and just makes me feel more productive. So one of the first things is getting ready. So even if I didn't work, even if I didn't film or do any of this stuff, and I hesitate to say just because it's also a full-time job, but if I was just a stay-at-home mom with my kids, I would still get ready every single day. At least I would try to. So that means putting on makeup for me, because makeup makes me feel more awake. I just feel like I look more put together, and that in turn gives me like a totally different attitude. These days especially, I like really simple makeup. I like a streamlined routine. I don't have time to like play around and mess around. I just want to look fresh and glowy and awake, and I just want to look like a slightly, more elevated version of my natural face. I love, right now I'm loving like Merit makeup. I love Jones Road makeup. I can link what I use day to day down below for you guys. Because I just love a good simple mom makeup routine. If makeup is not your thing, then don't wear it. I love makeup. I enjoy applying it. It's like a bright spot in my day. And again, I just feel so much more put together when I have a little bit of makeup on. Another thing is getting dressed and wearing real clothes. This is a huge one. If there is a day where I am in sweats or, pajamas or even leggings, like depending on what I'm wearing, I feel like activewear is a little bit different. But basically if I'm wearing clothes that I tend to lounge around in, then my brain is in lounge mode, right? Like I am not like, okay, let's go get things done. Let's be productive. Let's, stay on top of things. It's more like, I just want to like hang out on the couch and like read books with my kids and, whatever. And that's fine. There's a time and a place for that. But if you're doing that every day, then you're constantly going to be fighting that like urge to just want to rest when you're like not in rest time, when you're like trying to actually like get the things done that is required of you. So getting dressed is super important. For me, that usually means jeans and some kind of top. I have actually recently discovered, after I had Davey, I was like, I need a full wardrobe overhaul. Like I've been pregnant or nursing for like 5 or 6 years straight now, and the wardrobe has just gotten wonky, and I just need like to totally redo it. So I wanted to share it because I just found this shop on Instagram recently. It's called New Flora, and I feel like a lot of moms love this shop, and I understand why. It's basically like all simple, very neutral colored, like cohesive, but also like feminine clothing. And they basically kind of come out with like a mini wardrobe every month that you can pick from, and everything goes together. So I just feel like they do a lot of the work up front, where I'm not spending way too much time scrolling through different websites trying to pick out pieces that actually match. Because the idea here is that you can open up your closet, you can pick something out every day that looks cute, it looks put together, but you don't have to put much thought into it. But there's actually a lot of thought that goes into creating a wardrobe like that. So I love them because they just kind of do a lot of that work, and then I just pick pieces that I feel like will look good on me, that match my style, that I feel like I will feel confident in. And each month I have been slowly and very intentionally starting to build a wardrobe that I really love. Another thing that I absolutely love to boost my mood and just to get all like the good vibes flowing in my house is diffusing oils. If you guys have been following me for a long time, you know that I am absolutely essential oil obsessed. I've used them for several years now. And setting my diffuser up in the morning is one of my like most exciting things to do. I really enjoy it. I love using different oils. I don't play around too much because I know what I like, but I usually will do some kind of citrusy oils, especially in my kitchen, but really I like them all throughout my house, that just smell fresh, and they make me feel, they're just like fresh, happy, kind of energizing aromas, and it just makes such a big difference. Whenever I don't set the diffuser, I'm like something is missing. My house feels off, like something is just not right. And then I'm like, oh my God, my diffuser's not on. Like I need to get that going, get all like the happy citrusy vibes. It just makes such a difference. So that's something that I definitely can't live without. And I will say, if you are new to oils, you've never tried oils, one, I did a video recently about like how I kind of use them all throughout the day. So you can watch that to get like a better idea, because I use them for a lot more than just like making my house smell nice. But I would recommend, if you're brand new, to grab a starter kit. That's what I got. It's been like, I think like 7 years, which is crazy, but it has like all kinds of oils for all kinds of different things. It comes with a diffuser. You can buy one with the beautiful Aria diffuser, which is in my kitchen, and it's like the most to die for diffuser. But that is definitely what I would get if you are new. And I do have a discount code. It's ShareYL. That will get you 10% off that first order. My last feel good, something that I truly look forward to every single day, is my morning latte. We got an espresso machine a few years ago, and they are casually like a really big investment, but man, am I so glad that we did buy one, and we use it every single day, at least once, if not multiple times. And I almost never go outside of the house for coffee anymore. There is one local coffee shop that we love to give our business to, and they do make delicious lattes. But otherwise, I only ever make lattes, coffee, whatever at home. And I just love it so much. I look forward to it every day. I crave the taste of it. And you obviously don't need an espresso machine to make a delicious coffee, but it's creating like that ritual for yourself, whether it's just a pour over cup of coffee or a cup of tea or whatever it is for you that you enjoy and that you can make at home. It's just one of like the best parts of the day. I so enjoy it. Half the time there's a kid that pulls up a chair to the cabinet to help me do it. And that's fine, but I usually try and make it right before I sit down for like a nursing session, so I can actually like sip on it and enjoy it. A lot of the time I make iced lattes when it's like warmer out. In the winter, I like a hot latte. It's just something that I have come to enjoy so much, and it just gives me that little pep in my step that I need. I honestly drink hardly any caffeine, but I do it more for the taste and for the enjoyment, and I love it so much. Speaking of nursing sessions, this one's pretty much ready to eat, but luckily that is all I have for this video. I hope that you guys found it helpful. I'm hopeful that you're walking away with a tip to actually make your life more efficient, or maybe just feeling motivated to make some changes so that you can, again, spend less time doing the things you have to do and more time doing the things that you want to do. To all my fellow moms out there especially, I am sending you my love, because it is not easy juggling all the things that you are currently juggling, but you have got this. And if you're feeling overwhelmed and feeling like you can't catch up, and you wake up in the morning with like an elephant on your chest, know that I have been there, but you don't have to stay there. And you have more power than you think to change up your current routine and the way that you approach your day, so that you can really free up more time, but more importantly, more mental space, which is very precious real estate as a mom. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and join my little community here on YouTube. But that is all I have for this video. I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye.